लास्ट टू लास्ट वीक मैंने एक वीडियो शेयर किया था विद अ पावरफुल प्रोसेस थ्रू विच वी कैन डिसॉल्व आवर फियर्स एंड आवर नेगेटिव बिलीव्स, लिमिटिंग बिलीव्स एंड ऑल द पैटर्न्स दैट आर नॉट सर्विंग अस बट आर प्रोटेक्टिंग अस। उसमें टोटल 3 पॉइंट्स थे एंड द सेकेंड पॉइंट वॉज यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड योर फियर्स एंड वर्क विथ देम। उसका इन डेप्थ प्रोसेस इज दिस वीडियो। सो इस वीडियो में आई विल बी एक्सप्लेनिंग इन अ प्रॉपर प्रोसेस विद स्टेप्स एंड एग्जाम्पल अबाउट हाउ यू कैन एक्चुअली स्टार्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड योर fears and your negative patterns and those negative thoughts and work with them, dissolve them, transform them so that you can find your freedom and live a life with so much more ease, peace and harmony. तो ये वीडियो काफ़ी टेक्निकल होने वाला है बट द स्टेप्स आर समथिंग दैट यू कैन रियली फॉलो। एंड ऑल्सो अगर आप चाहें तो मेरा वो वाला वीडियो भी चेक कर सकते हो, डिस्क्रिप्शन में आपको लिंक मिल जाएगा। दैट विल हेल्प यू अगर आप ये प्रोसेस फॉलो नहीं कर पाते और एंड इट बिकम्स ओवरवेलमिंग, you can apply the other 2 steps that I shared in that video that will set you forth on your path of healing and transformation for sure. So I really hope this video is very helpful. It is a very informative video. It will really help you in dealing with many of the difficult experiences of your life. But if in any step or any way while doing the process you feel overwhelmed or maybe that you cannot do it, take a break, be very kind to yourself, and when you feel comfortable, give it a try again, or maybe ask for help and you will be shown the path forward, because you are not alone in this journey and I mean it with every single word that I said. So let's begin now. The very first step is be very compassionate with every negative pattern, belief or thought or fear you have. I always say, and I truly believe that they all are only protection mechanisms trying to protect us in their best ways, having our best interest. So the very first step to transform, to heal, to dissolve anything that is not serving you in your life is be very compassionate with it. Don't judge it, just love it. Just know it is there for you and it is not against you. This will help you in integrating your own different aspects in a beautiful being that you are. The second step is get to know the real experience that story has. Now every single story that we keep running in our minds has a particular experience जिसका emotional impact हम पे बहुत strong हुआ था, and at that time जब वो चीज़ हुई थी we didn't really know that it is not true and we believed it. That part of us जो उस situation को face कर रहा था believed it and it is carrying that belief with it since then till now and it is trying to protect you in the best way it can. This thing goes for every single negative thought pattern, behavior pattern, habits, fears, doubts, judgments, criticism, everything that you struggle with. It's just that. So when you become compassionate towards them, when you start understanding and realizing that they are actually trying to protect you, you take a step towards them rather than pushing against them, because we have been taught to fight our fears and get rid of our negative feelings, but honestly it is not the way. The only way to heal and transform them is to understand them and get to know them. And what do I mean by understand the real experience it is holding is just compassionately observe it and ask it, how did you become this way? What is it that you are holding in you that caused you to think this way? If you are fearful of others, of speaking for yourself to others, try asking it, is there anything, or maybe ask yourself, कब हुआ था ये, या ऐसा क्या हुआ था when I was not able to speak for myself, या I was scolded or maybe beaten up so badly, and you know that I lost that voice, that I am so fearful कि अब I cannot stand up for myself in front of anybody, and I am ready to take any humiliation without any kind of judgment. There is no judgment, because it is all happening for a reason. And it's seriously, when you get to know that real story, the real experience that part of you has gone through, it will bring you so much compassion towards yourself and towards that story, that it was holding so much in it and was trying its best to protect you. With another example, if I suffer from self-criticism, if I am always critical and judgmental of myself, I will ask myself, was there any single person in my life जिनसे मैं बहुत क्लोज थी, जो मुझे बहुत क्रिटिसाइज करते थे, या जो खुद को बहुत जज करते थे और उसकी वजह से मुझे उनसे डर लगता था, या फिर उनने मुझे बहुत जज किया है, मुझे टॉन्ट किया है, या मुझे ऐसा कुछ बोला है दैट यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू डू दिस, यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू डू दैट, यू कैन नॉट डू दिस, तुम में ये नहीं है, तुम में वो नहीं है. बिकॉज मोस्टली व्हेन दिस हैपन्स, ईदर वी बिकम वेरी fearful of judgments and criticism, or we become critical of our own selves. Self-criticism fear के ऊपर की एक layer होती है, where that critique is actually trying to protect you from the hurt, ताकि अब दूसरों की बातों से hurt ना हो, it starts hurting you. And once you understand and get to know that experience, and how do you do that? Just sit with those thoughts. Just look at them with as much love and kindness as you can, knowing that they are little parts of you. They are not there to harm you, they are just trying to protect you. And ask them, what are you actually holding on to? What are you protecting me from? What will happen if I take this step? How is it so important for us to be this way? And how are we safe this way? How am I safe this way? ये कुछ questions हैं that will lead you to the experience that actually caused you to become that actually caused that belief, that story to form at the first place, and it kept running in your mind. So be very compassionate. Number one, if you want to take the starting step and do nothing that I am sharing, just be compassionate and loving. And secondly, if you can, take a step further and get to know that story. And once you get to that experience, do this when you are very comfortable. If you are doing it for the first time, do it when you are in a safe space, where you are alone in a comfortable environment, as much comfortable as you can make yourself, with maybe a good music, with maybe anything that brings you comfort and ease, and then try to know it. Because experiences, we all go through very difficult experiences in our lives, and we are not taught to handle them the way we can. So we really don't know how to process it, और हमसे अलग कर देते हैं, अलग in the sense हम उसे दबा देते हैं, and it just tries to come up and up and up again throughout our life, and we don't know what to do with it, and we just keep pushing it down, pushing it down, pushing it down. That is what is our all negative patterns, limiting beliefs, and all our behavioral patterns and habits. So 90% of the times this is the only case, and sometimes it's just out of laziness and we have to work with it, but that's a different thing. So when you get to know your experience, acknowledge what happened and what you went through. When you get to know the story, when you are in that scene, in that experience, when maybe you were brutally beaten or abused, or you went through so much trauma in that time of your life, just feel that feeling, whatever comes up for you emotionally. Just acknowledge it, that yes, it happened, yes, it was hard, and maybe you will cry if it's the very first time you are doing it. Just cry if you wish to, hug yourself, cuddle with a teddy bear or a soft or a pillow, or अगर गुस्सा आता है तो take that anger out, shout as loud as you can. Just be with yourself for that moment and let it all out. Just let it all come to the surface. All the emotions, all the anger, all the pain, all the sadness, everything will come, and just be with that. Sit with that and just be okay that yes, it happened. Yes, I faced it. Yes, it was the person very dear to me who did this to me. And when you process those emotions, when you go through all of it, take as much time as you wish to for that process. Don't rush it, but then start dissolving it. And they talk about let it go. I say dissolve it, because mere liye letting go is like I'm taking something out and trying so hard to release it. So just dissolve it into love. And it can be through so many ways, and this is the fourth step also. How can you dissolve it? Ask yourself some questions. Was every single person I met in my life this way? And the answer most probably is no. Or was it really about me, or it was about them? And the answer most probably is it was about them. Then has life always been this way? Was I never happy in my life? Answer is no. You were happy in your life. There were moments of joy in your life. Then, when you know what is actually going on beneath the surface, you can start to dissolve it. And when you dissolve the story and get to know the truth, so actually the fourth point is dissolve the story and get to know the truth. And the truth is, it was not your fault and it was never about you. Whatever happened during that time of your life was something that had to happen. It was not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. It was their disconnection that caused so much pain to them, which they gave to you. Now, it is up to you how you can dissolve it into love. You can either use a visualization meditation, which I have recently shared. You can check that out. How can you release and dissolve your past? Or maybe you can create an affirmation, or maybe you can really question the facts कि सच में ये चीज़ हुई थी, or maybe I misunderstood it, or how can I view it from a perspective जो मेरे लिए सही हो, and is every single person in my life right now this way, और वो इंसान मेरे ही साथ ऐसा था, या it was just with every single person, because mostly the person who is mean to you is mean to themselves and every single person around them. The only thing is, as a person who carries this pain, we cannot see it at that time, because that pain blurs it all. And when you process the pain, when you just wipe the glass clean and see through it, आप देख पाओगे what actually the truth was. So get to know the truth of who you are and what that thing was, and dissolve it into love. Now ये जो प्रोसेस है, मतलब ये जो स्टेप है, ये आपको करने के लिए ना बहुत करेज चाहिए होगा, because many a times the people who hurt us so badly are the ones whom we love the most. And in that case, we really need to accept what happened and accept them for who they are without trying to change them. Don't go and just shout at them that you did this to me, you did that to me, you were bad, because it will not help you, and they will not understand what actually happened and how they have badly hurt you. Process your own emotions, and if you want to talk to a third person, maybe talk to a friend, or maybe find a therapist and talk to them, or maybe journal it, or maybe speak it to your guides, which I do. I just feel them around me and I ask them, why did this happen? Why were they so mean? Why did they hurt me so badly? That little girl, why were they this way? And just cry with them. Know they are around you, and just hug yourself, and do anything that will ease you out, ease that pain out, and then ask them to help you in dissolving it. It can be through so many ways, but whatever will be best for you will seriously come to you. if you are genuine, if you really want to grow in your life, and if you want to leave that pain behind. Many people get stuck in that pain. They don't want to let go of that pain, which is very justified. But your life has so much more for you. You can have so much more joy in your life. You have to choose that I am ready to let go of this pain. And if you are a person who has done all of this and still feels triggered by the same thing and stuck again in that same place, so firstly, be very compassionate. It's not your fault, it's just a habit that needs to be broken. And secondly, every single time you get an opportunity, choose to view it differently, choose to view it in your favor, choose to be loving towards yourself, choose to handle it in a way that will make you more light and more joyous. Choose to let it go in every single moment, to dissolve it in every single moment, to not react in every single moment. And once you process your experience, once you acknowledge it, and then you start positively affirming, or maybe going in a positive out attitude towards it, or positively thinking, then it works. Many a times we try to stick an affirmation on our belief without even knowing what's going on beneath the surface. That's why for many of us, affirmations feel like a burden, visualizations feel like a burden, and we really don't know why is it happening, how will I manifest. We don't know anything, we feel more burdened. But once you know what your story is, what your limiting beliefs actually are, and you work with them, you know them, you dissolve that complete experience into something that is beautiful and wise and love, and then you come up with something that works for you, which is actually a fifth step, integrating a new story that serves you the truth that life has shown you, how much blessed you are, how much loved you are, how many people are there in your life that love you. Maybe it's a single friend or a single pet, but you have love in your life. The resources, basic resources, a house, water, food that you have. We have such beautiful apps in this age that help us stay connected. This video that you are watching right now, if I go to the very basic, I will find hundreds of blessings in my life, and I had to look for it. I am not a person any which ways who just could do it in a one single night. It took me a year, and it will take you some time as well. And today also there are some things that I'm still sorting out. I am not done with this completely, because there are some experiences which take time, and it may be 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, I don't know how much, but I am ready to give it that time, because I have seen that growth in me, how I handled my emotions, how I came out of my anxiety, how I came out of my panic, how I can now trust life and see things for what they are, and actually look forward to the tomorrow where there were times where I really didn't want to. So it is not easy, but it is something that is worth it. We all have to go through this. We all have to someday take responsibility for our own joy. And this is what this process is all about. So once you set your intention ki I want to do this, but you have no answer ki how can I do this, ask your guides. I'm telling you, if you don't believe in any of this, just ask them. They will show you. You don't even need to believe or do anything, just ask. I am open. Be genuine and say I am open, show me how to do this. I want to let go of this pain, heal it, transform myself. And you will be shown every single step. Everything that I have done for myself was through books and through videos and through podcasts. And I'm not saying taking professional help is wrong, but it wasn't in my reach at that time. So if you feel like, please go ahead and take it. And if you feel, ask your guides, because that is the best way, because they know what you need and they will bring it to you. You don't even have to go anywhere. So and also जो एक और चीज़ होती है कि when it is about someone who is very close to us, or they have actually caused so much pain in our life, so much hurt in our life, we really want to go and just get at them. We want to tell them how much they have hurt me. Don't do that. Yes, experience that emotion, गुस्सा आता है निकालो, but please make a safe distance from them during that time, because it will not help you or them or your relationship. Just be very loving and do what will comfort you. unless and until you feel safe to talk to them about this, unless and until you feel like I will not be triggered and I can keep my point without that emotional charge, don't talk to them about it, because it will not help. They will come back at you and you will feel more hurt. So process your emotions, be with yourself during that time, and just create a safe distance from anybody you need to. Just be in your own zone and talk to people who you feel comfortable with. Take all the support you need, but don't go and try to take revenge. That is not the point of this thing. It helps no one. Whatever they did, और मैं ये अभी इसलिए कह रही हूँ because I know it because I know it to be true for me and in my life. Every single person who hurts you is so badly hurting inside that they cannot handle it for themselves and they give it out to you. And it was not easy for me either to accept this. But after so much of things that I have done, mistakes that I have done, every single time I went off path and I was like, no, I will just argue with you. I will try to convince you that yes, you hurt me. I realized they won't get it. If they would have, they wouldn't have done this. It's not their fault. They are not a bad person. But yes, they are not right for me as well. And you have to realize it, and you have to set that boundary without speaking. It's an energetic boundary. It's a boundary within you where you know what you don't have to talk about, where you know how you have to handle yourself. So when you create an affirmation, suppose to soothe you that I am protected, I am divinely protected, life has me, I am loved, and you do things to soothe yourself. Maybe it's through affirmations, maybe it's through going out and relaxing more, maybe anything that will soothe you during that time so that you can deal with it till you get your next step. And maintain a safe distance from people you need to, from situations you need to. It will help you in recovering, and you will gain your own self-trust, because that wounded part, that part that went through all of that, would know that now I am not alone, because it only needed that. And when it knows it's not alone, it can really help you in taking steps forward. It becomes your friend where it was your enemy. That is how magnificent our own thought patterns are, and all those negative patterns are, because they are working for us. And once we understand the message, acknowledge the emotions, we are there for ourselves. They don't need to protect us. They don't need to jump in and take control. And this does not happen in a day or a week or a month. Maybe it does. If it does, this is really beautiful. But if it does not, don't worry and feel that you are doing something wrong, because this is something that will take time. Get more information on it, as many things as you wish to. Richard C. Schwartz is someone whom you can refer to. Search him on YouTube. You will maybe come across techniques that he has shared. Gabby Bernstein keeps sharing about this. Her recent book, Self-Help, is all about it. Then Sera, Landon is someone whom I came across recently. She is a channeler, and also she shares how you can integrate the non-physical wisdom into your life. You can check out her channel as well. I will link down in the description video that really helped me. It was a podcast on Next Level Soul podcast. That episode, I will link it down. You will learn more information. So if you need to, before doing all of this, just gain more information. And when you feel comfortable, sit with yourself and get to know yourself more, because life is all about us only, how we feel within us, how better we know ourselves, how we can be more courageous. And honestly, courage does not require faith. Courage does not require fight. It requires faith and trust. और वो तब आता है जब हम अपने साथ होते हैं. We are not fighting our fears. We are understanding them. We are not fighting our judgment. We are loving it for protecting us. And once you can do that, you will feel that power and comfort and harmony within you, and that in itself is really very powerful. You will just get so much wisdom, so much guidance, because you will start clearing it all up, and you will know what I'm talking about once you do this. So please go at your own pace and take whatever tips and help you need. I hope this video helped you in some way. Start with the step that is the very basic. Be very compassionate and set an intention and receive the guidance that you need, and you will receive it. I am sure about that. So in a nutshell, I'll again repeat the process. And number one, be very compassionate towards yourself, and every single negative thought pattern, feeling, behavior pattern you have, it is there to protect you. See it with love. Number two, get to know the real experience it has within it. You do this by sitting with it, by compassionately asking it questions like, how are you protecting me? How are you helping me? What caused us to be this way? How can I help you? How can I be there with you? Where you are like a best friend to it, and you are just, asking a little child, soothing a little child, trying to know it when it is angry and it is crying, what has actually happened. Number three, acknowledging the experience. Don't go into being compassionate towards others and forgiving them. Don't jump there. First, be with yourself. Not forgive, but be with yourself and acknowledge that yes, it happened. I was doing this mistake where I was directly jumping towards forgiveness. It is not required. You don't even need to forgive others once you understand that yes, it happened, and you are able to process it for yourself. So acknowledge it, process all the emotions that come through, be with yourself. Take as much time as you need for this, and once you feel comfortable, start dissolving it into love, and ask for all the guidance you need, and take all the help you need, but let that experience go, and be courageous enough, loving enough, that you are ready to release that pain, dissolve that pain, and let it go, and welcome a life that is really, really so much more beautiful. And number five is integrating a new story into your life. इसे मैंने ज़्यादा explain नहीं किया था, अभी कर देती हूँ. It's by doing the things that make you feel joy. During all of this time, just do little things that make you smile. Just be grateful or thankful or appreciative of the little blessings that you have. Be more loving towards yourself. Cuddle yourself more, hug yourself more, love yourself more. Look into your eyes and just appreciate yourself for doing this, and just give yourself hope that we will get through this. I am with you. You are not alone. Anything that will soothe you and bring a smile on your face, do that, and ask life and your guides to show you the correct path and show you how much blessed you are, because you are seriously so much blessed. You will understand this once you start doing what I am sharing, and get as much information as you need, and do things when you feel ready. Go at your own pace. Don't take it all too much at once. Just be easy with yourself during all of this, and let go of anything that you need to. Take a break when you need to. When you're not able to get to anything, just let it go to your guides and tell them to show you what you have to do, and then be open to see कि कौन सी चीज़ आपसे resonate कर रही है. We know it in our hearts what we have to do. So start listening to it, start being with yourself more, and start understanding more, and you will see how beautiful and magical your life actually is, and how every single experience in your life was building you to be the person you are meant to be. And I am saying this from my own personal experience and journey. It was not all to just harm you or give you pain. You chose it because you knew you had the courage and support, and you knew you will shine your light and live your light bright once you get through all the foggy darkness. And I really hope that you find your light, you find your way, and I'm sure you will, when you are genuine, when you are courageous enough to dissolve it, and open enough to let life show you how much worthy you are. You don't even have to do anything. Just ask and receive. Just ask and you shall receive. It is so true. So I really hope this video helps you, and you follow the process and take the information that you need, and it helps you in any which ways that it can. And I really hope that life brings you whatever you need to know. So take very good care of yourself during all of this. Love yourself a lot, and know you are not alone in any of this. Take help every single time you need to, and you will find your way. I'm sure about that. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take very good care of yourself, and remember, you are loved always and forever. See you in the next video.